Hey, I'm Zira. I'm also known as Love of the Dark on Ravelry, all one word, and Zira on Instagram, but it's ZZZIRAAA. And let's see, I'm Darkly Domestic on Blogspot. I don't use that very often anymore, but I'm going to move you just a little bit. Doesn't make sense over here. Anyway, sorry, pardon. This is going to be a podcast, a crafty podcast, knitting and yarn related mostly, but sometimes I'll share other things too, like my drawings and other art that I make. Most of that is a little bit on the creepy side, and most of it actually that I do is not really safe for work, so I won't be sharing a lot of that here, but I'll tell you where you can find that other stuff later, not right now. Anyhow, I'm super excited to be sharing with you. I'm a little bit nervous, I have to say. This is my first video, but it's like my fifth or maybe sixth attempt now at getting this video working. I don't know what it is about this phone, but it keeps wanting to eat my videos. So, it's been a little frustrating. Anyhow, super nervous, like I said. Bear with me. I'm sure I'll get the hang of it, and it'll get easier as time goes on. Right? Right? Please, other podcasters, tell me it gets easier. Anyway, nervous. Like I said, I don't like the way that I look in videos or pictures, and so this is super way out of my comfort zone. But at any rate, it's not about that, is it? It's about what I make and what I want to share with you. So I can just get over it. Moving on. So why am I here? What am I doing? Well, I mean, I'm a knitter. I've been knitting for about 14 years. I'm a spinner and a dyer as well. That's not quite as long. I haven't been doing that for quite as long, but it's very fun and I'm really into it. I'm a witch. I'm a baby weaver. I'm a mother and an artist and a crafter and a creatrix. I'm just all around crafty broad. I love to cook. I love to garden. I have a tendency to have a foul mouth. And I can't apologize for that because I'm not sorry about it. So there's that. That's a little bit of me. I'm kind of here because I drink in podcasts. There are so many wonderful podcasts out there, and I drink you all in like you're water, and I'm thirsty. And I want more. And I want in on that fun, you know. It seems like a really fun thing to do with your time and a really great way to share, to share what you're doing and, you know, the neat things you find. There's local yarn stores all over the country that I'll never get to, but I love it when I see a podcaster sharing the yarn that they got from their local yarn store. It's just really cool to see all the different kinds of things that are out there. So that's awesome. If you're one of those people that doesn't like podcasters, that share their stash enhancement with you, there's the door, okay? Because I'll be sharing what I find when I find it, when it's interesting. I think it's important to share art wherever you find it. And if you don't, you know, if you feel like you can't handle having a little, you know, new yarn thrown at you, you don't have to go out and buy it. If you feel like I'm enabling you to buy your yarn, you can blame me all you want, but ultimately that comes down to you and your money management, not mine. So there's that disclaimer right there. I will be sharing. If you don't like it, you can just go watch another podcast. Anyway, all right. So aside from that, oh, and all of you other podcasters who have stopped sharing your stashes because people are offended by it, please bring them back. Those people can go jump off a freaking cliff, right? Come on. Jeez. Anyhow, okay, enough of that. I don't really have a solid format plan yet, so bear with me while I stumble around in here a little bit. I recently did a purge of my craft room. My craft house. My whole house is a craft room, essentially. But I had so much stuff. It looked like the craft fairy came in here and took a crap. It was just ridiculous. Too much stuff. I have decided that I'm going to narrow down what it is that I do to like 5 things. Because really, how many things can you do and get really, really, really good at? You know, you're not going to do 30 different things and become a master of all of those things. But I think 5 is a decent number. I think 5 is reasonable. And I kind of throw in, I mean, you know, I don't count knitting, spinning, dyeing, crocheting as 4 things. I count that as 1 thing. That is fiber arts. So there's 1 thing. My drawing, my paintings and charcoals and artist trading cards and things like that. which, by the way, I guess I'll just share it now. My name on DeviantArt is also Love of the Dark, but be warned, it is not safe for work. So there's that. So yeah, we've got fiber arts, we've got drawing, we've got sewing, which I've recently gotten into. I sewed a little bit when I was in high school, but not a whole lot. And I've recently just discovered my love of sewing bags. It's like instant gratification. I mean, I can sit down to do a knit project, and it's going to take me at least a couple of days of knitting if it's a bag. But a sewing project, I can whip out 10 bags a day easily, and it's just really great. Anyway, another one, violin. I want to learn how to play the violin. I've had a violin for a long time, and I probably won't be sharing that on the podcast because I'm going to be brand new to learning it. It's going to sound terrible for a while. So anyway, there's that. Maybe someday I'll make my own theme song for the background. And one more, and that is other. I'm leaving room to grow. If I feel like picking up another little hobby here or there, so be it. For right now, I'm pretty good where I'm at. So I've gotten rid of all of my things that didn't have to do with that, a lot of my beading supplies. I fancied myself a beader for a while, and I'm no longer doing that because I just don't have time to put the energy into getting really, really good at that. And anyway, lots of other miscellaneous crap. I probably got rid of a half a truckload of crafty supplies to Craigslist, which now is happily in someone else's living room or whatever. All right. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. I feel like this is really rambly. This is weird talking to myself. If you've ever done a podcast and then not done a second one, I totally know why right now. This is really, really weird. So anyhow, I wonder, how about if I just show you some finished objects right now? We'll just get into the meat of it. Just chew on it. Let's start with this one. This one, yes, okay. This is, and I'm sorry for you're not going to be able to see the whole thing. I don't think my camera will pan out that far. I mean, it's not going to pan out. It's going to sit there and do whatever it is that it's doing right now. So I'll go like this. This is the Glam Shells pattern by Marissa Hernandez on Ravelry. And it's a paid-for pattern, but it's totally worth it. That smells good. It smells like lavender, because that's what I wash it in. Anyway, for those of you who don't like charts, it is a charted pattern, but they're in the Maiden Brooklyn group, which that's Marissa's group. There is a written version of the pattern in her group, so go there and get it. It needs to be reblocked because these little edges here. Let's see if I can do this. They have points. That was a stupid idea. They have points that need to be pulled out. This is superwash, and what I found over my many years and trials and errors with superwash wool, for whatever reason, you have to block it a couple of times before it really stays in that blocked shape. If this had been regular wool, it would still have its nice points, but I wore it all winter long because it's just beautiful. And the yarn, if you're wondering, see how it's just a long, gradual gradient, which I adore. I absolutely adore that kind of yarn. But the yarn is Sapphires and Pearls Light Fingering, and I don't remember the name of the colorway, but it's a beautiful, very plump, squishy, nice yarn. There's virtually no halo to it, which I prefer in a yarn. For whatever reason, I'm not a big fan of halos. I like it to be nice and straight and delicious. Anyway, so that was that. The next thing I would like to share with you, I'll share this. This was my first ever sweater. And it's not new, but it's new to you. So I'll show you. This was the Lil Dumplin sweater out of I believe it was the very first Deb Stoller book, the Stitch and Bitch book. And the funny thing is, this wasn't technically actually a pattern. It was an example of a pattern. And I thought, I'm going to knit that anyway, because I kind of want to see if it's real or what. I don't know. Anyway, I knit it, and it is real. It's an actual little sweater, and it showed me a lot of things, and I learned what not to do, but I left it as it was. And this yarn, this yarn. So first of all, the two solid colors, which are the burgundy and the purple, I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can. Those are just Lamb's Pride Bulky. And then the colorful stripes of yarn with the black and the colorful, that was pink peppercorns Or was it Pibby knee socks? No, it was definitely pink peppercorns. And it was a one-of-a-kind art yarn called Send in the Clowns. And it made me super, super happy, and there wasn't a whole lot of it. And I'll get a little closer. Hopefully you can see that. But it was so beautiful. But I was like, this clown barf yarn, essentially, what the heck am I ever going to do with that? And then I thought, oh my god, I could totally do stripes in a baby sweater. That'll be super cute. And it is. And that is exactly what I like to use clown barf yarn for. Stripes and baby sweaters. This is very warm and very cozy. And I never did give it away to anybody that had a baby. And I don't have babies. I've got 2 half-grown kids. Well, 1 grown kid and 1 half-grown kid. But I still love knitting baby things. So, anyway, ramble, ramble, ramble. That's what I do. I told you about that. The next thing I finished this very recently. This is, I'm going to put the strap back behind here because I want you to see the meat of this thing. This is the Entomology Sling Purse by Jessica Lane. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. It's gorgeous. I really hope you can see what it is. I'm going to turn this off for just a second. Create a little shadow. That might be easier to see. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm going to turn that back on now. I might be all washed out too. I can't see myself because I don't have a front-facing phone. So here's hoping half my head's not cut off. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Anyway, lots of stuff on this. So here's the thing. This is a really easy pattern to follow. It was really beautiful. And the back is just garter stitch. And then there's a seed stitch border. The thing is, when I put something in here, anything, any little thing, like I'll put my lotion in there, it just, I feel like it just drags it down. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to line this bag with some awesome fabric that I got today, which I would show you, except that it's out in my living room, and I'm not going to do that to you. But it's some Nightmare Before Christmas fabric, which I think would go really great with a big old spider on the front of the bag. Wouldn't that be great? Anyway, Cascade 220 Superwash is what I used. My cats have sat on it a lot, so there's a lot of cat hair on it. I don't care. We're a cat house. We have 4 cats here. What are we going to do? You know, you have 4 cats, you're going to have cat hair on just about everything. Get over it, right? So, there's that. Let's see here. I think that I will now show you my new bags. This is the first one that I did. I found this really cute little box bag pattern. I'm drawn to these box bags. I love how roomy and delicious and wonderful they are. And I found this awesome fabric. This Day of the Dead Sugar Skulls fabric. And what I didn't know as I was making this thing is that I lined the fabric up across the zipper by accident. See how the skulls are lined up? That was a total accident. I had no idea that was happening. It's pretty rad. I've got a contrasting color for the little handles at each side. On the inside, it's this beautiful blue. And the only thing that I would do differently, and I want to figure out how to do this, but I don't know yet how to do it, but we'll figure it out. This pattern, I don't know if you can see inside of there, but the lining is, you can see the what is that? Oh, I can't remember what it's called. Oh my God, you guys. It's a sewn edge, you know? It's not a nice lining. I mean, it's okay. But like this out here, how you can't see, you know, it's because it's turned to the inside. I know there's a way to do that. I just don't know what it was. And I found this particular pattern on YouTube. And I just followed it along. And it was easy and super cute. And I love that bag. It's so great. And I had another, and that was made out of two fat quarters. The blue and then the sugar skulls. And then I got one additional fat quarter that had these flowers on it that the skulls had. And with that, I made a little triangular notions pouch. This thing makes me happy beyond belief. And on the inside is the sugar skull fabric. I don't know if you can see that. Oh my God. You can put your little, I've got my little needle in there. Yay. You put stitch markers in there. You could put if you made a slightly bigger one, you could use this for like a sock bag, you know, your sock project bag or whatever. It would have to be a little bit bigger. This is pretty small. It's like a 4-inch zipper. But it's so cute, and I just love the little shape of that. It was my first time ever using interfacing, so that was new and fun to learn. And then, a couple of days later, I went back and I saw this fabric and I just about crapped myself. Oh my God, and it's been sitting over there. My cat was laying on it, so now it's all smashed down. But it's freaking Wonder Woman. It's Wonder Woman. Look at her. She's such a badass. She's my hero. Wonder Woman. Brains and beauty. Polka dots? Anybody polka dots? So awesome. So I made that one. And I got a little bit better at it, even though it's all smashed right now because my cat was laying on it. Thanks, Sasha. Cat. Anyway, I also found Betty Boop fabric. Yeah, that's happening. That's happening. And then today I got all the different, it's like 8 or 10, I think 10 different Nightmare Before Christmas fabrics. It's going to be ridiculous. I'm going to have bags coming out my ears. Let's see. Let's do works in progress, because I've got a lot of those. Maybe I won't do a lot of them though. I'm just going to show you one work in progress, I think. Because some of my works in progress, they've been sort of languishing in my closet for a while. The one is a wingspan shawl, and it's more than half done. I've got like maybe two more triangular sections to do on it, and it'll be done. I just need to finish it. I just haven't. But what's been taking up my time for the last month, because I started on March 1st, so a month and a week, month and 10 days. And I have not knit on this every day. I knit on this Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. That's when I knit on this. My freaking Find Your Fade shawl. This thing makes me happy beyond belief. I cannot even tell you how in love with this pattern I am. I will be making more. It is a very expensive thing to knit. And I don't care. It's flippin' gorgeous. Okay, this is all tangled up right now. Here we go. Let me just show you this. Oh my God. Okay, so it's like a blanket. It's 9 feet long already. I've got 2 sections left to go on it. All right, it starts with this black. It's black. It's a blacky, on the blue end of black, I guess, rather than the green end of black, but it's Sandara yarn, fingering weight in Shadow Studies. Oh, you know what? I've got my little cheat sheet here that tells me what it's all made of. Boop. And then it moves into also another Sandara yarn, and I really hope you can see the difference in these two. You may not be able to. But this is Cabernet Grapes in the same yarn. Absolutely gorgeous. Purples. But this one is, okay, so the first one is a solid. It's a solid color. The second one has bits of that color, that dark bluey black, but also some purplies and some purpley reds. So it really gradually changes. And then we have a sudden change that also has that black and that purpley color, but then also brings in these golds and oranges and some grays. And that is the Sweet Georgia Tough Love Sock in Chai Spice. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous colorway. I absolutely love it. Oh, and I've still got I've got a lifeline in there. It can probably be taken out at this point. Anyway, so from there, we move into the next color, which again pulls in the reds, but then adds a little bit of a pinkier purple and some more of those really dark blues. And at this point, I was thinking, I wonder if I made a mistake, but I didn't. It's perfect. This is the Fleece Artist BFL sock. I don't know the colorway. It's just gorgeous, though. It's got purples and pinks. And then we fade into this colorway, which is, oh, you know what? I'm not going to be able to tell you what it is because I didn't write it down yet, and I have forgotten completely. I'll tell you next time. Oh, no, I remembered. It's Manos. It's Manos del Uruguay's Alegria sock. I don't know what colorway it is. And then from there, we are now moving into Madeline Tosh. It's Madeline Tosh sock. I don't remember the colorway. But it's basically a paler, more washed out version of that previous color, because that previous one had the pinks and the purples and then some blues and also some kind of peaches and a little bit of orange. This one has all of those colors in it. They're just more washed out. And then the final color is Dream and Color Smooshy, and it's got this, I don't have it sitting here. I wish I had it sitting here. But it's this peachy and yellow and some more pink, like the pink that's in this. So that's going to bring you back to the yellow of this guy, which I can't even. I could talk about this damn thing for many more minutes at least, but I'll stop now. I'm really, really happy with it, is what I'm saying. And I'm going to knit another, and I'd like to knit one in hand spun. Right? Oh my God, ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So, I guess since we're here and since I've got this open, I'll show you this thing that I'm doing. It's pretty rad. I saw, I believe that it was Katie from the Inside Number 23, which is one of my very favorite podcasts. Katie, if you ever see this silly, crappy podcast on my terrible film, I apologize for the film, but I love you, and I love your inspiration and your whole entire thing that you do. It's just so great. So anyway, I saw her do this thing with a knitting journal, and it made so much sense. God, I'm sure it was Katie. If it wasn't Katie, I'm going to feel like an idiot. It was Katie. If it wasn't, I still love your stuff. Anyway, this is a knitting journal. And it's going to be very decorated and beautiful because I also like to do art and I like to color and paint and things like that. But this first page, it's my fade. It's all about my fade. And actually it spills over into the second page because there's not going to be enough room. So I've basically just gone in and I kind of drew in the shape, the basic shape of it, and I'm just showing section 1, section 2, section 3, and telling you what the colors are and what the yarns are, and then I've got a little sample of each yarn. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, I'm on 5. No, I'm on 6 now. Oh, I don't think I got a sample of that other one. Anyway, moving on. I write little notes about it here and there. I'll be doing some coloring and some designing on the page as well. And then I got my Wonder Woman box bag started, but I realized that I didn't have any fabric left over of the Wonder Woman fabric, so I'm going to have to buy some just to have a sample to put in here. Yeah, other things that yeah. Anyway, oh, the DPN cozies. I don't know where those went. I made DPN cozies as well out of the Wonder Woman fabric, and they turned out awesome. They're zippered. I have seen some cozies, DPN cozies with snaps or just with like a flap that hangs over. I don't feel comfortable with that. I have to put a zipper in mine. Maybe I'll get over it. But I feel like with just snaps or with a flap that folds over and buttons over, I feel like they're going to fall out the ends. I don't know. Maybe that's just not physically possible. But I feel very much secure with a zipper. I love a zipper. What can I say? Quick review. Again, I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place. That's just how it's going to be. This stuff I got at my local yarn store. Stickers. It's called the Naked Bee. It's moisturizing lotion for your hands or whatever, hand and body lotion. It is flippin' amazing. There's nothing crappy in it. It's all natural stuff. It's all good stuff. There are alcohols in there, but there are moisturizing alcohols and there are drying alcohols. And the important thing is in this, there are no drying alcohols. So it's really nice. It's got lavender and beeswax absolute, which is really great. There's no parabens. There's no propylene glycol. It's gluten-free. Which just makes me giggle. Because, like, it's totally gluten-free. Anyway. There's no drying alcohol, no dyes, no pigments, no mineral oil, no EDTA, and no animal testing, which is super awesome. It's got hyaluronic acid in it, which is really good for your joints if your joints get stiff, like mine do. It's really good. Hyaluronic acid really ultimately is better to take internally, but just because this stuff is gluten-free doesn't mean you should eat it. Let's just not do that. I got some Eucalan, And I've not actually used this before. I've always been a shampoo girl. I don't know if that sounds weird to you, but I mean, essentially sheep's wool is hair, right? So why not treat it like hair? I mean, I was a hairstylist for 20 years. So anytime anything has hair, I want to treat it like hair. And I want to wash it in, you know, pH balanced products that's made for hair. But someone I know insisted that I try this, that I was going to like it. So I'll give it a try. We'll see how it goes. It's lavender. In case you don't know, this is a thing you'll soon learn about me. It does smell good. I'm a lavender hoe. We'll hoe for lavender. Natural lavender, though, not fake scented lavender. That, no. All right. I have two things I want to share with you. Actually, maybe three more things. Books. I got a couple of books. Yeah. This first one is so ridiculous. It's so awesome. It is Donna Wilson's 35 Knitted Animals and Other Creatures. And I'm really hoping you can see that. Hoping you can hear me from behind my book. This thing has got these kooky, strange, quirky, odd little critters to knit. Like everybody knits a teddy bear, right? Or a stuffed cat, right? Or a dog, whatever. I'm so over it. But nobody knits this guy. This is Hairy Head. He eats fluff for lunch and always loves being brushed and groomed. That's what it says about him. Oh my God. Hairy Head. You've got, oh my God. You've got Terry and Tina twins. Some little conjoined twins that you can knit for yourself or your children, your animals, whatever. We've got everything in here, you guys. Everything. Cyril Squirrel Fox. This wonky little half squirrel, half fox thing. Just nutty. Just nutty things. Crazy little weird kooky things to knit. I love that kind of stuff. And then just today, and I know this has got stickers all over it. I got it at the Goodwill, so I didn't buy it fresh and new. But I saw it, and the Yarn Harlot happens to be one of my favorite people to follow online. So I got this book. Oh, sorry. Sticker. I can't stand stickers. They drive me crazy. So yeah, Stephanie Pearl McPhee, a.k.a. the Yarn Harlot, casts off. And it's the Yarn Harlot's Guide to the Land of Knitting. And this is great. This isn't a pattern book so much. I don't think it's a pattern book at all. Oh, think of yourself. This is fun. This is just, I don't even know. I've only read the first chapter, and I don't even know how to describe this to you. It just talks about what knitting is and what it means to people and what it means to us. And by us, I mean the people who knit, you know, us. We're a group. It's pretty rad. Talks about different types of knitters and how to find your knitters, how to find your group, how to find your people. It's got a lot of 5 things lists, 5 things to tell a recent immigrant to knitting, okay, 3 ways to get knitting friends, 3 ways to start a knitting group, 5 things not to say to internet knitters, 5 ways to scope out a new yarn shop. It just goes on, and it's funny and it's charming, and it's kind of awesome, and I'm really excited to dive in and get the rest of it read. I'll probably get it read before I finish my, no, don't say that. Oh, the very first thing I'm going to do is finish my fade. Damn it. And then I'll read this, I promise. I got another Goodwill score I want to show you. This is kind of cool. So I struggle sometimes with the circular knitting needles. Although now I knit mostly with interchangeables. I like the Xiaogu interchangeable spin bamboo kit. I love that kit so much. But there's some things, like it only goes down to a size 2 needle. If I need to knit something on a size 0 or 1, MSOL, I got to go back to my circs. So, but I've been struggling with where to store them, how to store them. It's been so cumbersome. I've been rolling them up in a needle roll, and yeah, those are great, but I've been using the same needle roll for literally 14 years. I made it. That was one of the first projects I made. and it's toast. It's absolutely just, I'm going to throw it away. It's ridiculous. So I found this thing at the Goodwill. It's this big binder, and it's got, I opened it up and went, holy crap, it's like it was made for circular needles. And I don't really know what it was made for. I mean, it was made for something, right? It had to have been. So anyway, check this out. It's got these pockets, 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top, and it's got pages and pages and pages of these pockets. Right? This is like the best thing I've ever found, and I've got my little tape here denoting what size and how long they are, so I don't have to struggle through and hold one up and go, is that 40 inches or is that 36 inches? I don't ever have to do that again, ever. My shit is organized, yo. This thing makes me really happy. And it keeps my freaking cats from chewing on them. No, I love my cats, I really do. But I tell you what, when I wake up to hear this sound, I know exactly what it is. One of those little bastards has found one of my either double-pointed needles or not double-pointed. It's one of my cable needles or one of my interchangeable sets, and they're chewing on the nylon cord. I don't know what it is about nylon and plastic that my cats love, but if I bring bread home, I have to put it on top of my refrigerator because the cats will get into it. They will eat a hole through the bag and then eat their way into the bag to crawl into the bag. They're bizarre animals. I don't know what the deal is with that. But 2 of them specifically are like that. They also love to chew anything at all that's plastic. So cable needles, my spinning wheel, the thing that makes wheel go round. Oh my God, my words are not working. They chew that. They chew that off. So now I use a string, a cotton string, which isn't ideal for my wheel. I have a Louette model S10, and it's not ideal for that. No, S51, I'm sorry. It's not an S10. It's like an S10. It's an S51. And it's, anyway. Long story short, my cats are weird. I'm kind of weird. I hope this podcast is a little weird, and I hope you like it. And I hope to make another one. I hope you like it enough for me to come back. So we'll see how it goes. 2 more things before I go, because I forgot, and now they're sitting here going, wait, you forgot us. I got some stash acquisition. Yep, stash acquisition. Fiber, specifically. Because I love to spin. Oh, my God. Malabrigo. Malabrigo. I got 2 of them. Oh, they're so soft and scrumptious. I don't know what I'm going to do yet with them. Are they both the same? Nope, we've got Sabaduria and Boreal. So this one's got a lot of pinkies and purplies and darks and blacks and just sort of delicious darkness. I'm not taking the things off right now, guys. This one's got that and blues and greens added in. Look at that. So good. So good. Some nice turquoises. Ooh. I don't know what that's going to be yet, but it's going to be pretty. Yeah, so I guess that's it for my first episode. It's all over the place, really scattered and unorganized. Well, that's okay. Maybe you'll be sitting there knitting on a sock or something and being like, what the heck is up with this girl? Why is she so rambly and strange? I don't know. Thank you so much for checking it out. And I'm going to turn it off now, and I'm going to go try and edit it. And I'm really going to hope that I can edit some of this out, because it was a little painful start there. Otherwise, maybe we'll see you next week or the week after.